Welcome back everyone, Leftwing Zero here with another training video. This video is going to be a series of videos on how to build the perfect Pokemon. Most of the game is actually based around breeding, and obviously you do a lot of battling in the game, but you can't be a really good battler unless you breed really great Pokemon or have good friends that can give you perfectly bred Pokemon. So the first step is going to be picking a Pokemon you want to breed and what nature you want to have, what egg moves you want it to have. So I'm actually in the process of breeding fletchlings, which obviously evolve finally into Talonflame, and I'm breeding it with a naughty nature, which raises its attack and lowers its special defense. I'm not doing adamant, which is the most popular nature, because I want to give my Talonflame eventually overheat, which is obviously a special attack, and adamant nature will lower special attack. So I wanted a nature which would not affect special attack, but yet preserve the attack boost for Brave Bird. So that's the nature I chose. The egg moves I chose are actually Quick Guard, which you can learn from an Archon or Archeops, which I'll explain later how that process goes, and Tailwind, which Tailwind is also a move that can be learned from a Talonflame line. So it's an egg move and a level up move, which is beneficial because when you actually do breed the Pokemon, Tailwind does get taught to the baby. So anyway, to start it off, to breed an egg move, you would need a male Archon or Archeops. And I'm just going to start hatching eggs while I'm explaining this. And you're going to have the male Archon or Archeops know Quick Guard, and you're going to have a female Talonflame or Fletchling or Fletchender, any one of the three. It has to be a female though, because females are the ones that are the species that is bred onto the egg, unless you're breeding with a Ditto. If you're breeding with a Ditto, it doesn't matter if it's a male or female. However, for this purpose right now, we're going to need a female. So then when you get an egg, the baby fletchling will know Quick Guard. And then you can then check the IVs of the eggs, which I will show you later on in this video, how to check the IVs for the baby. And then you can keep on growing the IVs of your babies until you have a perfect 5 or 6 IV Pokemon. So in this process, to get the naughty nature onto it, there's 2 items you're going to need when you're breeding at the daycare center here on Route 7, which I'm going by. I'm missing the guy. You're going to need an Everstone, and you're going to need a Destiny Knot. Everstone you're going to stick onto the Pokemon with the nature you want to preserve. Destiny Knot is going to be on the Pokemon with the IVs you want to preserve. Now, in previous generation games, the Destiny Knot would preserve 3 of the combined IVs of the 2 parents, 3 of the 12, because there's 6 IVs in each Pokemon. There's a hit points, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed. But this game in Generation 6, they actually changed it so now actually 5 of the 12 combined IVs get passed down to the baby, which is a lot more helpful in getting perfect Pokemon. So the situation I had here, where I had a naughty-natured Xatu actually, which I wanted to pass the naughty nature on. And I already had a Talonflame that was given to me that had Quick Guard and Tailwind on it, so that made that part of it easier, but I still wanted that naughty nature, so I had a male Xatu with naughty nature, and I gave that the Everstone, and I had my Talonflame, which had all those, had the egg moves on it. I gave that the Destiny Knot, even though it only had 4 IVs, so I know the baby wasn't really going to be that fantastic, but I really wanted that nature. And that makes it a lot easier, because otherwise you have to just keep on breeding without items, and hopefully you get the nature that you want. So this saves a lot of time to get the nature. And on the search screen in the PC, you can easily just look up a Pokemon by nature, and it'll show you every Pokemon that's in your PC that has the nature you're looking for, and then you just have to see if it's a compatible egg breeding type, where Xatu is a flying egg breeding group, and also Talonflame is a flying group, so they're compatible. And you can find the compatibilities on any variety of Pokemon sites. The one I use the most often is Serebii, because that gives me a lot of information about egg groups and moves, egg moves. So I have the so I'm going to start hatching the fletchlings here. So I got the naughty nature off of the Xatu, and then I switched. Actually, I have a 6 IV Ditto that was given to me a long time ago, Japanese 6 IV Ditto. So that actually makes it a lot easier, saves a lot of time, because otherwise you have to mainly just keep on changing out parents, and hopefully you get your IVs higher. And it is possible, it just takes a lot longer. And when you have the foreign nature, you get the added ability to get a shiny baby with the Masuda Method, which that's another thing to explain too. But so anyway, back to what I'm talking about. So I changed out the Xatu for the Ditto, which had the 6 IVs. I gave that the Destiny Knot, because that's going to have a better chance of passing on high IVs. And I have the naughty child that came out. I want to keep it female, because another option with the females is that it passes on the Pokeball, and I have it in a Premier Ball, I believe, which isn't exactly like a awesome ball to pass down, but it's just different than just the normal Pokeball. But it's just good to know that if you want to breed down a Pokeball, you'd have to use a in a female, because if it's in a male, if the male baby is, male parent with a Ditto or a genderless, it's not going to work. The Pokeball is not going to be passed down, so it has to be the female. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm just going around hatching eggs. Basically, you go on Route 7. Like I said, you go to the daycare. You give them the baby with or the Pokemon with the IVs you want to keep with the Destiny Knot. Will get a better chance of passing down good IVs. And you have the Pokemon with the nature you want to keep. So obviously the naughty natured fletching that I have now has the Everstone. And right now the fletchling I have in the daycare has 4 IVs. It has max hit points, attack, defense, and speed. So I'm still breeding. I want to try to get 5 or 6 IVs. In most cases, 6 IVs obviously is the best, but 5 is okay in most cases, because you're either going to use attack or special attack, so you can pretty much leave out the IV that you're not using for your attacks. But in this case, I want to use both with Brave Bird and Overheat, so I'm going to try to get 6 IVs, or I can even get like a special defense drop, being I'm already getting the nature is a special defense drop, but I really prefer a 6 IV just because it'd be better off. It might be a better chance for me to survive a special attack somehow, where it'd be like a not effective special attack that I should have survived, but I didn't because the IVs were so low. So basically, you just keep on doing this until you get the Pokemon you want. So I'm going to, after I hatch all these, I'm going to show you what to do to check your IVs, because that's the next most important thing after you're breeding. Because right now I have the Pokemon I want in mind, I have the nature I want, I have the egg moves I want. You also have the EV spread in mind of what you want, obviously, when you pick the nature ahead of time, so you'll be happy with the Pokemon's nature. Like, even if you have to like use a reset bag to change the EV spread at a later time, just something where you can be happy with it. So I'm going to actually go with straight 252 attack, 252 special attack, and probably 4 in HP or something. Okay, so I have 5 fletchling babies that have hatched, and I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get to fly to Kalude City, and I don't know why I just did that. I have to fly down here to Kalude City. This is where your IV checker is. Now, for the longest time, I just been swearing that this guy should just be in the breeding center, I mean, he should be at the house there on Route 7. It'd be so much easier instead of just flying back and forth to this frickin' Pokemon Center just to talk to this one fucking guy. And he's all the way on the other side of the whole world, basically. But first, before I talk to him, I have to see which ability was given to my fletchlings. So if you see, this first one has Naughty Pecs. So, not Big Pecs. Like, watch me read today. So Big Pecs, anything with Big Pecs I'm going to actually release to the wild. Because it's just a lot easier than storing them in my box. So this one has Gale Wings, so I'm going to keep it. Like, I obviously want to keep the Gale Wings ability, because I mean, that's like the biggest differential in the world. Do I want Big Pecs, where I'm going to prevent my defense from being lowered, or Gale Wings, where all my flying type moves have a priority of +1 now? So Gale Wings, there are Big Pecs. We're going to get rid of that. And then we have Gale Wings. So we have 3 Gale Wings. And also, another benefit of having the female is there's an added possibility of getting the hidden ability passed down. That's not much more, as I don't see much of a difference, but it seems like the females have the hidden ability passed down more. So here's the guy here, purple hair. You talk to him. He's be your friend for most of your breeding experience. He tells you if your Pokemon suck or not after you breed them. So he says, okay, superior potential, so it's not going to be that great. Attack, defense, speed. So it has 3 IVs. At the end of he says they can't be beat. That means that there are 31 IVs, which is the highest the stat can go. The highest potential the stat can go, rather. So this one says outstanding potential, which is very good. That's the best. It says outstanding. And then he says HP, attack, defense, special defense, and speed. So there's a 5 IV. So that's actually a very good, but it doesn't have a special attack, which normally would be good for most Talonflames, because most Talonflames just spam Brave Bird and that's it. But this one actually has, I actually want to put Overheat onto mine, so I need special attack. And plus that was a female fletchling, which is good, because now I can pass on the Pokeball. And this one also has outstanding potential, HP, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. So that's also another 5 IV, but it basically took the attack out. So not exactly what I wanted there. I obviously wanted a 6 IV, but what we do now is the one that only had the superior potential. I'm going to get rid of that one, release that to the wild. Now I have these here, which I can then mark them, which you can actually mark them. What seems to be my thinking is the first icon is HP, the second icon is attack, the third icon is defense, the fourth icon is special attack, fifth icon special defense, sixth icon speed. So this one has the 5 IVs with the special attack missing, and then we're going to go to the one over here, and wait, this one has the special, and this one has the attack missing. But this way, when you mark them, you can actually, like, it helps you for knowing which Pokemon you have with which IV spread. So these all, as you can see, after they're bred, they have the Pokeball. And again, this one is this one I'm going to continue to breed with. This one has the, you can see the Naughty Nature, has the Gale Wings ability. It has a Tackle and Growl, which it always gets in the beginning. It also has Tailwind and Quick Guard, which I'll be keeping, and I'm going to be adding Overheat and Brave Bird to finish off the set. So now I'm going to go back to the breeding house, and I'm going to swap out my fletchlings, and I'm going to put the 5 IV in there now, because now instead of having a 6 IV and a 4 IV parent, I have a 6 IV and a 5 IV parent, so I'll have an even better chance of getting my 6 IV that I want. So now I'm going to fly back. And this is why I wish the guy lived there, because it's just really annoying how you have to like keep flying back and forth, but it is what it is. So I'm going to land and get my bike out. Now we're going to, first you have to talk to the guy, and you're going to refuse the egg, just because. It's easier to just get rid of it, the one egg, because you never, I mean, it might have good IVs, but the chances are really low, and getting in this house with a bike is insane. I guess you could figure out how's the guy going to turn the handle of the door anyway. That always baffled my mind. Just like, I guess all the doors just automatically push open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually talk to the lady here, and I'm going to take back, and I'm going to take back the fletchling. This is where you can waste a lot of money too, so it helps that if you're all baffled and like falling out of your chair as to why I have 3 million Poke money or wherever the hell the currency is. A lot of that's from the very last part of the video of this series of videos I'm going to show you, which is basically going to the restaurants in wherever the hell that city is. What the fuck is that city called? The one in the middle, the huge city in the middle. Let's see what the hell this thing is. Now I'm like baffled here. I had a brain fart. I had to see what the hell this name of this city is here. Hold on. Lumino City, whatever. That's right. Lumio City. There's a bunch of restaurants, the battle restaurants, where you pay like 90,000 to battle, but then it's beneficial because you end up making a lot more money from ball mushrooms. But getting ahead of myself now. Okay, so I took my one fletchling out that I'm not going to need anymore. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to item, and I'm going to move the item to the baby fletchling here that I'm going to be using with the 5 IVs. And then I'm going to release these 2 fletchlings because I don't want to deal with a fletchling that has a lowered attack. That kind of defeats the whole purpose. So I'm going to release to the wild and release this one to the wild as well. Now this is probably actually where, like, if you think about like where Pokemon come from, this probably is like a good explanation for where Pokemon come from. It's probably just people that just ditch their Pokemon at the daycare center that don't have the natures they want. And that's probably why there's so many Pokemon in the world. So it's pretty interesting thought there. So now I'm going to leave this fletchling, and now I'm going to have a 5 IV with a 6 IV parent. And then basically it's rinse and repeat. You just do the same thing over and over again. So now I have a level 1 in there, brand new, with 5 IVs with my 6 IV Ditto. So now the baby fletchling will have guaranteed 4, 5, or 6, at least 4 IVs. They're maxed out. So next video we'll have is once we get the perfect fletchling that I want, I will have a video about how to then get the EVs onto the fletchling and how to raise it perfectly to level 50 so you can bring it to battle spot to battle. So the last thing I forgot to mention too is I mentioned about shiny Pokemon with the Masuda Method. If you have a foreign Pokemon as one of the 2 Pokemon that's breeding, you then have, I think it's about like a 1 in 1,000 chance roughly to get a shiny baby. So that's another reason why I just use the 6 IV Ditto instead of just using different Pokemon, because it gives me an extra chance to get a shiny, which is cool. And I don't have a power save, so I don't cheat at all with turning my Pokemon shiny like that. So that's how you breed Pokemon. So if you have any questions, please leave questions in the description, in the comments. And I look forward to making the next video in the process after I get my 6 IV fletchling. Hopefully it's rather soon. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.